Out, one glove high, one dream loud, no doubt. Crossroads boxing from Yorkshire. Turn the lights up, turn the mics on. Fighter interviews, keep your guard up. When the truth hits, Crossroads boxing from Yorkshire. From the first ring bell to the last big split, pro boxing from Yorkshire.
Good evening, guys. Welcome to Crossroads in Boxing, episode 4,900 and whatever else. Not too sure on that one.
62.
62. We're up for a good show tonight with myself, CJSP8. I don't know where they are on the screen. Eric, ERF, the top man, and Ricky, the hands of stone. How are we, boys? We all well?
Good, boys. Good. Very happy this weekend. You know, my picks came in. you know, listen, Ricky's already told you, like, I've got a toxic trait, and when I'm right, best believe that. Best believe you're gonna hear about it. So,
I had noticed.
I told you so. I told you so.
I had noticed, mate. To be honest, so let's
listen. Before we get into this show, because this is gonna be a banger, I'm gonna enjoy it. Let's hit the promo code, promo video for D-Rock Clothing. Trey, where's my D-Rock Clothing? Put my order in ages ago. Where's it at?
Yeah, since that order, mate, I've added a new 2 X's to my XL, mate. So you maybe better change that order.
Fucking hell,
right. How is everybody, guys? How are we?
Oh, good. This weekend, listen, boxing was on fire this weekend. I can't lie. I enjoyed it. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Listen, from start to finish, that Riyadh card was banging. But first, we've got to get into. I think we had Harlem Eubank on Friday night. I didn't catch that fight. I know you did, Ricky. I'm not sure about you, CJ. But we'll get into that first. Let's go there, Ricky. I turned it off. I was watching it. I was watching it. I turned it off. I'm not a fan of his style. I love the Eubanks. I really do love the Eubanks, and I'm going to say, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get I couldn't get going for it. I was watching it, and it just felt. I don't know. You can see what he's trying to do and what he wants to do. But it's like he can't do it. He was smothering his work all the time. He couldn't get his shots off. It was a very messy, scrappy fight. I don't know where CJ, you might agree, you might not if you caught the fight, but I can't see him going past domestic level. If I'm honest, I don't want to judge him too much, but I can't see it personally. CJ,
no, I like Harlem in the sense of. I think more. I don't know if you'd agree. More now than ever, he's trying to be a Eubank. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas at the start of his career, I felt like he was a Eubank, but he was trying to do his own thing. He didn't involve Chris as much. Now every other sentence is Chris. I think he's going to struggle. He brought out Ben's name. I listened to him on Talk Sport the other day. I can't remember who he was with, but he brought up Conor Ben for that fight. I mean, I think Conor would absolutely destroy him. He brought up Crocker. I think it'd be a good fight, but again, I think Crocker would be too much for him. And I didn't think too much of his opponent either at the weekend, Friday night. So, yeah, I can't see him going too far.
Honest. For anyone that did miss that fight, Harlem Eubank won, I think, by unanimous decision. But we've got a couple of comments here. I don't know if CJ wants to read them out.
Hit me.
We've got Ra on.
Hurry up! I need to get to bed early for my morning walk before breakfast. Sorry, Ra. We'll get our acts together.
Okay, now he wants it over before it's even begun.
I do apologise, Ra, for the delay in commercial time.
What else we got?
They don't do muscular bodybuilder fit, Ricky. Do you do fat dad bastard fit? Just out of interest, asking for a friend. Dank QRPT. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that, mate. Yes, lads.
That's
Yes,
hard, Dan, isn't it? Dan
that
Thomas.
Dan?
I think
Thomas.
so. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Is
got to
it?
be.
It's Dan. It's Dan.
It's got to be Dan. He knows what Eric's
What's your
like.
name,
Look.
Dan?
Dan QPTR.
He knows what I'm
me.
like. That comment saying, "Ha, he's off already," is definitely about me.
Spare a thought for me. I went all the way to Brighton for that. Oh, did you? What was the atmosphere like, Ra? Was it good, or what did you
Can't
reckon?
Can't imagine it being great if he's saying spare a thought for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, the card might have been okay, but you only got the last 2 fights of the actual show on the TV, didn't you?
Can I just interject by saying, be careful saying didn't get a good night out and sucked the life out of me in the same sentence when it's Brighton, as that's the gay capital of England. I just wanted to put that out there.
It's a rainbow capital.
I do not like Harlem at all. He will not go far. Ooh, very to the point tonight, Dan.
I know.
He's a Ben fan, though, isn't he?
Don't mix your words. Oh, yeah, don't mention that about Ben. Jesus. Oh, you wait. This show's going to be fun. I also got CJ, I can't see you on the boxing league.
Oh, Lipster, that reminds me, actually. I've got something for you in my pocket there.
Me and Lipster stopped it, you're right. We topped it with 22 points with Lipster. 22 points this week.
It's a fix. It's a fix.
It's a fix, isn't it, CJ?
I've emailed the company.
CJ misses half the fucking fixtures and claims it's fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Harlem does not.
Go on, CJ.
Harlem does not beat any of them at all. Dan, you're sending me wild with these 100-mile-an-hour messages. Dan, do you think I don't know if you missed it, if you come on from the start, we've all just said that Harlem beats Conor Benn with one arm tied behind his back. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Atmosphere was actually okay. A couple of big ticket sellers and Harlem's hometown came out for him. Yeah. Right, let's move on to Saturday. Let's move on to Saturday. Are we starting with Mohamed Alakel?
Yeah, let's go with him. Mohamed Alakel. I thought displayed pretty good boxing ability. He's still a work in progress. I'm not sure of his power just yet. He's very much a work in progress. But for me, he's one of those. He's always going to get a chance. He's always going to get an opportunity. He's been very cherry picked by Turki Al-Sheikh. His career will probably always be cherry picked as well to give him the best and fastest route to where they want him to get. He's going to be the Saudi golden boy. Overall, I feel like he displays a good boxing IQ and a good boxing ability. Sometimes I think, though, he needs to know when to up the tempo and when to come out of the tempo as well. So there's times where he can go for the kill and he needs to just go for it as well. Otherwise, he's not going to generate a fan base that he's going to want to generate. Because although in boxing, it's great to have a good boxing style, as Devin Haney can prove you time and time and time again. But some fans, to win, get them on board, you've got to have that killer instinct as well, and produce those knockouts to get, if you want to get fast tracked to where you want to be. I saw a lot of comments. Eric, you seem to be very interested in him. Boxing wise, boxing ability, what do you make of him?
I think he's very good. Boxing ability wise, I thought he displayed his skill set. I understand when people, even his corner, was pushing him to sit on his shots a bit more. But watching that fight, I could understand why he didn't, because the kid he was fighting, he was going, but the kid was just swinging wild, and I could see why he didn't want to just put himself in that danger, because he was winning the rounds, he was winning every second of the fight. But the kid he was fighting was tough, and he was swinging wild. As soon as Alakel went in for the kill, he was almost getting caught with big just looping sort of get off me shots. And he was the one in there, and I could see why he wasn't really willing to take that risk. I think he said it to the corner as well. He said, "I don't want to get caught." And at the end of the day, fans can complain about the knockouts. This kid's in there to box, and I felt like he did that. He probably will get opportunities from Turkey, but he's a good boxer, and I like him. I like his talent. I think he's good. He's got plenty to learn still, but listen, he's young. He's early in his career. What, 3 fights in now? 4 fights in?
Let's have a quick look now. That'll be his 7th fight, that one, Eric. So like you said, he's learning. He's going through the ropes. He's going through the road. He's going on his own journey. We don't know what type of amateur career he has because he's been abroad. But obviously, CJ pinpointed as well at one point the lack of that killer instinct. Siege, to get to those levels, to get through those tests where you're going to have to start and back people up and maybe take those risks. What's your opinion on the fact that he weren't willing to take those risks on that fight?
Yeah, I sort of, Eric and Ricky can laugh at me on this. I sort of commentator cursed it when we were group chat watching. I was like, this kid's got shit all power. And next thing, literally about a split second after, he floored that kid, didn't he? So I was sat, I threw my phone away. I was like, bollocks to this, I'm not doing it. But he doesn't seem to have that nastiness about him. The killer finish, the instincts, whatever you want to call it, blood in the water. Don't get me wrong. He dropped his guy and whatever else, but you do want to see that from your fighters. You do want to see them go for that knockout when they can, get the early night when they can. As important as it is to keep the rounds in and get the rounds and learn, it's one of them. It's horses for courses. There's a comment on there just from Ra saying, "Is he still with Gallagher?" We both asked this question, all three of us, on the night, and Gallagher was actually front row watching, so I'm guessing that there is still ties there. In terms of the future, I mean, for Gallagher to still want his hand in there and Abel Sanchez to take him on, there's obviously something there. They're obviously seeing a lot more than we're seeing just on fight night. And with Turkey Al-Sheikh backing him, sorry, I'm losing all my words tonight. He's obviously got a very bright future ahead of him, and I can imagine he's probably going to get fast tracked after another couple of these shows. They're probably going to push him for some global gold union title somewhere down the line, and then we'll maybe see what he's made of.
Like you said, I think the fast track route will be definitely what's on the cards for him, and it's not many boxers out in beyond our continent, should we say, that get those opportunities with the likes of Gallagher, with the likes of Abel Sanchez when Gallagher can't fling because he's battling his illness at the time. So you can really tell that he is the golden goose for Turkey Al-Sheikh. But just to touch on another Saudi boxer, with Sultan Al Muhammad, something like, I don't know if any of you guys caught his fight. Yeah. I did quite like watching him. He was fast, he was quick, good shot selection, good movement. He boxed really well. Did any of you guys catch that fight?
Ricky?
Yeah.
You cut out for a second. I don't know if it was just for me or everybody else.
CD, did you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, mate. He looked fast. It looks sharp. That is the first time I've seen of him or heard of him. But yeah, I'd definitely be excited to see more. You can tell Sheikh's like Eddie Earn on the old Matchroom shows, and he used to get the same names sort of within the next two shows, didn't he? So I'm guessing he's going to be one we're going to be seeing for the next few. We've got a load of comments, guys. Can you load them up?
Yeah. You want to do it, Eric, or do you want me to do it?
I think we've lost Eric.
I'll put it on. Here we go. Alakel look better again, but no powers. Ricky says definitely a Turkey project. Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that one, isn't it? Go on, Siege.
Don't mention Haney yet, Ricky. Laughing faces. That's Dan getting all upset. Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mandy.
The best fight of the week was Little Leo. Yeah, Little Leo.
Yeah, congratulations. Yes, congratulations.
Beautifully.
That he did. Ricky, we've got to post that video as well on the.
Yeah, I will post it. Guys, that's my Nana watching as well.
No way!
That's me, Nana. Hi, Nana.
Granny Hand, how are you?
Don't call her gonna, she'll kill you. She's an old pit lady.
Oh, lack of killer instinct isn't a big deal. Plenty of guys went on to a successful careers fighting cautious. I would agree with that, Ra. But in this early stage of his career, when he is getting handpicked the journeyman for him to stop, I would say as well, I would like to see him bang a few of them out, if I'm being honest, mate.
You've got to think as well, Ra. If you talk, because of the division is in, and it being one of the lighter divisions, you got to have some sort of entertainment value to it as well. If you got AJ and he didn't blast everyone out, not saying it should have or shouldn't have, but if you got an heavyweight and you don't blast them out, you sort of get penalised for it. Like Delicious Ori, he was cautious in his first fight and he got absolutely ridiculed.
Hang on a minute. Whoa.
Yeah.
What are we doing now, lads? That's a low blow, that is.
He got ridiculed, didn't he? CJ made him retire. He'd only just started his fucking journey.
Put mine and Outlasts' savings on him and then he disappeared.
Fucking gone. Siege got one more.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was the last one. Is that killer instinct being held back for the minute, though, to work his boxing skills and rounds in? That's what I've just said, mate. It's one of them. Is it there? We don't know yet.
It's an in-ring decision. It's an in-ring decision because the corner was telling him to go for it. Go for it a bit more. But he was the one in there. And I do say at times, your corner can tell you to do certain things. But when you're the one in there with an opponent, you can see what that opponent is looking for. And at that point, I think the opponent was just waiting for Alico to come in with a combination and just to let off a big shot. And you don't want to be... You're also winning the fight quite handily. You don't want to be taking unnecessary shots for people to then complain that you're taking unnecessary punishment. So it isn't a team thing. I think that was just his decision in the ring at the time.
Yeah. We've got here to CJ, another one. Oh, here we go, Jack.
New signing tomorrow, lads. Big up Jack Gladman, one of our biggest watchers, followers, and partners.
Spill the beans.
Yeah, big up Jack. Ricky, Jack's got a bone to pick with you, by the way.
Yeah, I can see the comment here now. What's up with him, like?
Because the prediction league this week he's got his mate versus one of his fighters. They're fighting each other, and that's one of the fights on prediction league. I said, just pick a draw. I said,
brilliant.
He said, "Oh, you've put me in the right position." I said, "Don't shoot me." Ricky,
hang on, isn't he the matchmaker? Yeah. So if anyone's to blame, it's him.
He'll say, "I didn't break that one."
Big, just jumping. Big shout out to James K as well, who just put oi lads. Whiteley's estate, South Shields, massive. Boom, boom. What else we got? We're getting too much of the royal comforts. I won't mind some of them, mate. I'm hoping that he takes the podcast out there. Us three live at the Sheikh Palace doing the podcast
from the zone.
Yeah, getting fed grapes and stuff. Like I've ever eaten a grape with this belly.
Oh, fuck. I love grapes.
I like drinking them. Oh, hi to Ricky's grandma, bless her.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Right.
Yeah.
First on the main card for the pay-per-view, Vito Milnicki Jr. versus Samuel. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his Nom. I'll start with this guy. I watched him and I was really impressed, to be fair. I've not really seen much of him. Didn't really know who he was. I liked his style. He was aggressive. His shots, his angles, his speed, the power. It was very hurtful, very good display, very good ring IQ. I really enjoyed watching him. I definitely think he's going to be a bright spark for the future as well. But like I said, at that time, I didn't know him and didn't really know too much about him. And I'll definitely be following his journey. Did you just catch that fight?
Siege, go on.
I didn't catch that one, lads. So I will skip this one, Eric, if you want to jump in.
Yeah, I was watching it. And like you said, Ricky Milnicki, he fought very well. He's sharp, got good power. his opponent, they were in the pocket a lot, trading shots. I felt like Monica might have got hurt a couple of times there, took some big shots, but the knockout was definitely, the referee did the right. He got up and he was gone.
Sorry, mate, you cut out then for a second.
We'll cut out. 1 second.
Go again.
Nah, you're back now. Anyway.
Yeah, when the referee stopped it, I felt like the stoppage was right. He got up, he wasn't there, and it was a big shot as well when he went down. So yeah, Milnicki, I did hear a little bit. I did say I've heard a little bit about him, not too much. Not really seen him fight, but yeah, good performance for him. And like you said, Ricky, you'll probably hear his name a bit more now.
Yeah, I think so too. The only thing I don't like, boys, is my beef with these governing bodies and all the titles. This global middleweight title, global, is that not a fucking world title? Global.
No.
Is that not the world?
No, that's global. No, that's
it's
just
the
global.
fucking world. The world's a globe. Is it not?
No,
is it not a world title? It's like when we get the Intercontinental title. What's the Intercontinental? Is that the world?
In WWE, that is a highly prestigious title, mate. Just that.
Ric Flair held that title. Respect it.
Yeah, the WWE lost credibility when Rey Mysterio was a heavyweight champion.
Yeah, and the cruiserweight title was for the tiny guys, but like cruiserweight's a big weight, isn't it?
Cruiserweight's massive, mate. It's massive. But my mum there. Hi, mum. Hope you're well.
Hi, Ricky's mom.
What next? What Sam Noakes fight next? Abdullah Mason, Sam Noakes.
Sam Noakes versus Abdullah Mason.
So
I'll go first for this one.
Yeah, go on then, mate. Go.
This one, I said before last week when we were on here, I said this is potentially probably going to be the fight of the night. Probably the fight that was 50-50. If there was any fight on that card that was 50-50, it was this fight. On the prediction league, I picked Abdullah Mason by unanimous decision. And I felt it was that, although the fight itself was one of the best fights I've seen. Both guys in the pocket trading. Abdullah Mason's hand speed, his body work was brilliant. He took. Listen, there was questions about his chin before this fight, and could he take the power? He's got a chin. He has certainly got a chin because Sam Noakes landed that straight right hand of a lot. I don't want to say all night because it sounds like Sam was beating him. But Abdullah Mason was just more active with his shots. His punch selection was a little bit better than Sam Noakes. I felt like the right man won on the night. I know quite a few people. There was a few people saying, "Oh, was it the scorecards was a bit wide?" Maybe a little bit, but no. I was on stream doing that with Trill and a couple other people, and we said, as the fight was going, I think about after round 4 or 5, I'd said if this goes to decision, the scorecards could look really weird because the scorecards might have it wide for one fighter or wide for the other fighter and really close. Simply because the rounds were so good and so action-packed that one judge might favour the better what Sam Noakes is doing and give him majority of those rounds, whereas Abdullah Mason was doing landing the better shots. I felt like he hurt Sam Noakes quite a few times in there as well. But fair play to Sam Noakes. I think Turkey said that he wants him back on a Riyadh card, Ring Magazine card. So Sam Noakes has just earned himself another payday, and that's all you can do in a loss. If you're going to lose a fight, I feel that's the way you can leave the ring with your head held high, losing a fight that way, because Sam did not stop fighting. He did not stop trying. And he was successful in there. He was successful at times. He gave, and I don't believe Abdullah Mason has a tougher fight, as in physically tough and energy taxing as well. A fight like that at 135, I don't think he has another fight like that. I don't think there's many other fighters that can push him like that, because I think he's that much of a talent that Sam Noakes did very, very well to hold his own in there with him.
Yeah, I'm in the ingredients here. I thought Sam Noakes, like you said, performed amazingly, and Abdullah were just that little bit better. It weren't much. Great fighters, both had a chin check, and for me, it's CJU as well. Maybe on this one, were two superstars actually born that night, winners and losers. What do you reckon, Siege?
100%. Yeah, Noakes proved he's at the top. He got beat by the better man, in my opinion. Close, but definitely he's proved he's at that level. What I was going to say, to ask you both and ask our loyal fans and commenters, does anybody believe that the cut in the third round with the head class changed anything or not? Just a question. I've just read a few on social.
For me, no, because Sam's corner did a great job with the cut, by the way. They did a really good job with the cut, and I think Sam did really well to negate Abdullah Mason taking any advantage of that cut. I don't think it made much of the difference. I think it made Sam fight a bit smarter, to be quite honest with you, in there. Ricky?
Yeah. I'm saying, if I'm honest, I think Sam's that much of a hard man. I don't see cuts bothering him too much at all in the future. Neither. Abdullah Mason was also cut. I think just under the eye were it.
And then not on the top of his head as well.
Yeah, that was my neck clash, weren't it? The knot.
Yeah.
I was very impressed. What I will say is Sam Noakes, when the rounds... So I'll put it to you. If Abdullah Mason would have stuck to his boxing, he'd have cruised that fight. And I'm not going to lie. The fact Sam Noakes was that good at pressuring, he was able to draw Abdullah Mason into a fist fight, because Abdullah Mason's he can bang, Noakes can bang. Abdullah was showing probably a bit of an ego, a bit of a pride, and getting probably caught up in a fight that he didn't need to get caught up in. And then the rounds became closer and closer. If Abdullah Mason would have stuck to his actual boxing, I think he would have walked that fight, boys. I will say to
that point, Ricky, I don't think he was allowed to box. That's the difference. I don't think it was a choice that he had to, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people have said that, and I felt that as well. If he boxed all night, he would pick some. But Sam did not allow him to box. It wasn't a choice Abdullah made to, all right, I'm going to stop boxing and fight in the pocket. Sam made him fight like that, and I felt Abdullah seemingly just matched Sam's energy, and it made for a brilliant fight. Abdullah didn't fade. He didn't fold under the pressure. He met Sam with the pressure, and it made for a good fight. I felt like it was Sam's doing. That's why Abdullah didn't box.
Yeah, I'll get CJ's opinion on this as well.
I feel like any change to Abdullah's game plan, or just not as 100%, even him at 98%, and Noakes could have taken that. It was that good. It's one of them that I believe the right guy won, but Noakes was so in there. It's again one of them where, you know, you see a scorecard and it might be really, really wide, but someone's been in it the entire fight and it doesn't justify how good it actually was. I think if we run that fight back, and I'd love to do that, whether Mason's team but think it's worth it, or maybe Turkey just fancies that fight, Noakes could come away with the win. It was really that good, and it definitely a contender for fight for the year. And we'll just see where it goes with that one. Noakes has definitely got a career in the top leagues now, so I'm excited to see what happens for him next.
Yeah, I think just before you go, Ricky, I think I don't think a rematch will happen yet. I think down the line, if they both stay at 135, even both move up to 140, I think that's definitely a rematch that can happen in the future. But I think if Abdullah had stuck to his boxing, he would have lost that fight, because Sam wasn't allowing him to box. Abdullah did exactly what he needed to do in there. I think a lot of people are being too harsh on him and how much shots he took and stuff like that. He's 21 years old. This is a test very early in your career. You don't see many 21-year-olds are taking these kinds of tests in the career so early anyway. So for the people that are criticizing, oh, he's not going to do this because he keeps getting hit with it. This is one fight that he may never fight a fighter with that style again. He may never. You've
What I
got to
want-
look at the fact. Go on, Rick.
What I was super impressed with Abdullah was his footwork.
Footwork
His
were
footwork
fantastic.
was absolutely unreal. You don't really get it as much these days in the professional game as well. Like you only see a handful of boxers that actually stick to great footwork. You know, your Lomas, your Mayweathers, Pacquiao's, and things like that. His footwork is incredible, and that's why I believe when he actually when he had the rounds where he stuck to boxing, those rounds were so clear. So that's where I kind of thought, if he were able to negate that and stick to that boxing, would it have been a much clearer fight? Go on, Siege, you got your finger. Go on.
Quick question. I got my hand in there. Can I pick me? Quick answer. Start with you, Eric, and then you, Ricky. Best footwork you've seen, either on TV or in person live?
Loma.
Crawford.
Good answer. Ricky?
Loma, mine.
Loma.
Yeah, the angles, mate. The angles were unreal, and the way he did it was so fluid and so quickly.
Yeah.
It's
Unreal.
just how Crawford seamlessly switches. He's crazy. He seamlessly switches into like kill mode. 1 minute he'll be orthodox, he'll be boxing, he'll catch you, and then he switches into that southpaw to just finish you off. It has to be. What's yours, Siege?
In person, and this is when I was younger, in Hull sparring, Luke Campbell, actually seeing him, like ringside like that, it was just wild. But on TV, probably Loma, I would say. But yeah, for me in person, Luke, he was
I've
like
seen both Loma and Luke. Well, I watched them. I was at that fight actually, funnily enough. But yeah, Loma is definitely one of them.
Boys, speaking of good footwork, the next fight on, I believe this was the next fight on, Bam Bam Rodriguez against Fernando Martinez. CJ, for me on this one, great fight. I thought Bam Bam did a fucking fantastic job, slipping, moving around, changing the angles. They were quick, managed to get the finish in the 10th round. I thought I was a bit worried at one point where I thought, is he just going to start cruising through? Because it was just so one-sided against another world champion. What did you make of that fight?
Yeah, that you just took the words from my mouth of how much he outclassed. How much he outclassed his opponent, another world champion, is crazy, really, isn't it? I suppose you could say that with Crawford and Canelo, but yeah, just Bam's just got that little bit of flair, and he's got that something that you want to see in the lower divisions. He gets you excited for the lower divisions. To be fair, before getting into this more with you guys, I've always been a heavier division follower. There's few, obviously. I know what's going on in your low weights and that. Starting up this with you guys, I've taken more of an interest and care in it. But yeah, Bam is just he's just fantastic to watch. He gets me really excited. He's electric. He's got that killer instinct that we were on about earlier. Obviously, he's doing it at world level, so it's very different. But for a fact, if Bam hurts you, he's going to town on you, and you better say your Hail Marys because he's going to knock you out if you can't fight off him. My question is for you two: what do you want to see? Not what's next, not what's he's ordered to do by the organisations. What would you like to see Bam do, or who would you like to see Bam fight? That's what's exciting.
Go on, Eric.
Either.
Me, to be quite honest, I'm all about accolades. I want him to become undisputed, get that last belt. Whoever's got it, go and get that last belt. Everybody's talking about Inoue and all of that. Listen, Bam is 24 years old, something like that. Yeah, if Inoue is still there, Bam will get to him. Go and get undisputed. Go stamp your name in that Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Just go do it. I'm all about accolades in boxing. In boxing, you need your belts to say you've done something when you're at the highest level.
Mate, how exciting would that be? Bam Rodriguez versus the monster Inoue. That is fucking massive.
I don't think Bam's. I think Inoue, the closest thing to. I think Inoue's toughest test was Darnay. And Nonito, yeah. I think that's his toughest test, and I think Bam is. I don't think Inoue beats Bam, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, bloody hell!
Because I've seen Inoue get dropped a few times, and like you said, CJ, when Bam gets you hurt, we know what happens.
He's got the energy to back it up, hasn't he?
Yeah.
How exciting would a firefight be with Inoue and Bam? You know, to see who comes off, to see whose chin stays still.
That wouldn't be a firefight. It wouldn't be a firefight.
I think if it were a firefight, Inoue blasts him.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a firefight.
But I think the energy levels and the consistent energy levels and relentlessness for me with Bam Bam is almost Lomachenko in his prime-esque. I think that's what kills Inoue. Is being peppered all fucking fight. That's what kills him. Bam's footwork is light years better than Inoue's. Inoue's footwork ain't great, Bam. But going back to that fight, I'll be honest with you. For me, that was probably the boringest fight of the night. Seemingly because Bam just did whatever the hell he wanted in there. Because from the first, the second, the third round, you was like, any minute now. Any second now, Bam's going to take him out. And it just felt like I was just waiting for that knockout. And then it just kept prolonging it and prolonging. There was no time in that fight I thought, oh, Bam better be careful because something's coming back, something. I was just waiting for the knockout. And with it being, it was at 2 o'clock in the morning, after in the morning, I was tired. And after seeing the Noakes versus Abdullah fight, I was hyped. I was fully hyped. I was buzzing. Like my energies was really up. I was like, right, next fight. So after 2 or 3 rounds of the Bam fight, I was just like, you know what, I'm getting tired now. I just want this to be over and get Haney versus Northern in, because it was just Bam beating the hell out of him. That's all it was. It was but the knockout was cold. The knockout
Bam just destroyed Fernando Martinez. I mean, what a statement that is.
It was crazy.
Does it not remind you when Loma first fought with Nicholas Walters, who was the dominant champion at the time, and he absolutely smashed him to bits.
Yeah,
unreal. But yeah, so we can move on, boys. Unless you want to read some comments out.
Let's get some comments in.
Ramones.
Abdullah was tested by a grown man, Sam.
Yep.
Shout out to Brian Kelsall as well. Thank you, mate. Always tuning in. Thank you for getting Connor on the show as well, buddy. Live Loma, Jack Gladman. Oh, that'll be about the footwork.
Yep.
Cordina Flores next for Mason. Oh, I like the Cordina fight.
I feel like Cordina gets blitzed out. Yeah,
gets blitzed out.
Yeah.
Crawford or
Loma, definitely for footwork. I tell you, it was a good shout out as well, just for a live. Jorge Linares.
Linares did have good feet. Yeah, he did.
Not that I've got a foot fetish, but I meant he's got good footwork.
Your dad said, "Are you seeing my post, CJ?" Yes.
Yes. We're getting through them now. We're getting through them. CJ Senior.
Dad, you're embarrassing me on live TV, man.
I've gone right. Oh, go on.
Hi, CJ. Dad here. I like how he's put Dad here when the name's Tony Spate. Like, I'm not going to fucking know. Hi, Dad.
Fucking hell.
Bam versus Inoue, I want to see, but yeah, go get the belts. Thanks, Dan. Undisputed, if it's Taraji, put him on the undercard of Inoue versus Nakatani. Yeah.
Yep, I like that.
Then Bam versus Takuma Inoue, the younger brother. If he whoops him, it sets up Bam versus Nagoya as a super fight.
The matchmaker. Jesus Christ, Ra.
Get on phone to Jack Gladman, mate. I'm sure he could help you sort some of that shit out. I think Bam beats Inoue too. Fucking hell, that listen to.
Yeah, family's right. Laptop, CJ.
It's one of them. It's one of them old school computers with big back.
Fucking hell.
With dial-up modem.
AOL.
Yeah. Bam beats Inoue. He's slowing down with age. Why old's Inoue?
Oh, it's 30 odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
35.
He's old then.
No,
Eric.
No.
Eric he's gone. 35 is done.
Big Tony.
How's it going, my mate's turned into a chat room for my mum and dad. Thank you very much.
Wait until it turns to fucking Tinder.
But Bam has been down 2. Yeah, he has. Bam has been down, actually.
Yeah.
Which fight was that? Or is
Do
it
you
twice?
think, actually, before we get to that, do you think that was a knockdown, by the way?
The Bam one?
When Bam's glove touch?
Yeah.
Do you think it was a knockdown?
I do. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Wait there.
so.
I don't know if I took notes of that, actually.
I thought it was the shoulder. I thought it was the shoulder that pushed him. And then when Bam went back, he govered touch. He got back up and then got hit. But either way, even if it was a knockdown, it didn't make any difference.
His glove touched the floor. It's a knockdown.
Yeah, but I thought it was the shoulder that pushed him, not a punch.
No.
I thought it was the shoulder.
No,
I'd have to check that.
I definitely thought it was a fucking knockdown.
Bam versus Inoue can't happen, so we prevent World War 3. I think that's it. Estrada.
Stop swearing, no more noodles.
Next comment.
Right, boys. We'll move on. The co-main event, the one that Eric's been waiting for. So we're going to start with CJ because we'll be here all fucking night.
I'm happy to wait.
Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. The moment this is the pinnacle of Eric's year for the fights. He's been wanting this fight since the start of this year, maybe for a couple of years. It's another rivalry between dads who've got no talent. Not on about Eubank and Bentley because they've got plenty of talent. I'm on about the fucking. What's he called? Who's Devin Haney? Who's Devin Haney's dad?
Bill Haney.
The senior and Bill, isn't there? So two dads here that don't get in the ring with each other, so they make the sons get in the ring instead, right? Now this fight, I thought were gonna be very close. I didn't know. I've watched Devin Haney box. We know that Brian Norman, he can fucking bang. I did not expect the result to be so one-sided, so lopsided. I expected Devin Haney to stick to a boxing game plan. I didn't expect him to assert his dominance the way he did. He got that knockdown, beautiful 1-2, and I thought, and then that it really. Brian Norman just didn't want nothing to do with him after that. It was game for the first couple of rounds. He took the 1-2. He took the count, and he were in shadow mode all the way through the fight. CJ, he mitigated everything Brian wanted to do, and Brian Norman could not work him out. I think he had a couple of decent rounds, maybe when Haney took a couple of rounds off. What were your thoughts on it? Did you expect it to be so one-sided?
My thoughts are, I think Eric's going to pop. I can see it.
It's like some fucking guy holding a fucking farting next to a fucking decent fucking bird.
I'm waiting patiently for my turn. You two not
wanting to fart in the library.
Listen, so I said last week I'd like to see Norman to knock him out to see at Haney. I've been skeptical about Haney. That performance for me solidifies it. He is as good as they reckon. He is as good as he's tipped to be. He controlled the fight completely. He shut out anything Norman tried to do. He certainly cancelled out all that power, which is what I was expecting maybe might catch Haney out. Not necessarily to stop Haney, but I thought it'd trouble him. I thought it'd maybe pedal him on back foot. His game plan would be shut down from it, but no. Norman didn't press like he does. Norman's aggression couldn't be found, and this is all because of Haney's game plan, talent, whatever you want to say. The tempo, everything was Haney. I don't know. This isn't taking anything away from the performance. This is my opinion. I don't know if you two think the same. I don't know if Norman looked a bit underprepared. I don't know if he maybe he just didn't realise how good Haney would be when it's toe-to-toe. I just felt like he wasn't ready for him. Now, whether that is just because he's not good enough against a better opponent, I don't know. Haney, absolutely fantastic. I don't know what words I can use more for that. He absolutely destroyed Norman. Did you think the knockdown, it wasn't massive punches. It was just maybe just the timing of it. I just felt like it was quite
timed
soft.
punch. It was a clean timed hard shot. I thought
He
it
was
was
already hurt.
Turned in the shot.
He was already hurt from the left hook. The first left hook, he was already hurt from that. Then he got hit with the other left hook, which didn't really land. I think that's the soft shot you're on about, CJ. But the right hand put the hook he blocked, put him in position for the right hand to land, and it landed on the button.
So for me, what I didn't expect was Haney to dominate the fight while staying inside the pocket as he did. I expect him to be more on the back foot as he normally is. He went there and made a statement. He didn't just beat Brian Norman doing his own thing. He beat Brian Norman doing Brian Norman's thing. He stayed inside the pocket and absolutely boxed his head off. Brian Norman couldn't do nothing about it. The question I've got to you two both right now is, does Devin Haney have the best jab in boxing right now?
One of them. Definitely one of them. I don't know about best. There's some guys out there with very good jabs, but definitely up there.
It's a great jab. Absolutely.
One of them. Lyndon Arthur's got that amazing jab. And obviously he's not there, but
to be honest, is it my turn? I'm just waiting for my turn.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Go for it now.
Right, because Ricky said I've got a toxic trait, and I do. He's right.
Got a toxic trait.
I'm gonna just play this little clip from last week's show before.
My God!
The I told you so clip.
Oh,
because my opponent falls into that category, saying, "Oh, you can't punch. Oh, you've got nothing. You've got pillows for fists." Regis did it. The whole build up to the Regis fight. You've got no power. You've got no power. You've never knocked anybody out. When was the last time he sat Regis on his pockets? So Brian Norman is saying the same thing. If he doesn't move his head, if he doesn't think a guy moving up to 147 hasn't got power, then so be it. Stay there and get it. And don't think you're going to get dropped.
Yeah,
Brian Norman's been dropped before, by the way. So before people go, Brian Norman's been dropped before. He's gone for vulnerabilities the same way.
Look at my fucking CJ's face. We're just fed up.
That's enough.
We're just fed up with it.
Hey, listen. I tried to tell you. That's all I tried to tell you last week. That everybody that was talking about power, and Devin ain't got no power and Devin ain't got no chin. Every time these guys get in there, now this is serious. This is serious now. I'm being serious now. I'm being serious.
Okay,
every time Devin gets in there, you look at his opponents from George Kambosos to Loma to Linares, Regis, and now Brian Norman Jr. All the faces are messed up at the end of the fight. Like seriously, you look at at the end of the fight, they're lumped up the thingy. So all this, and I've always said, people say he hasn't got power, but nobody's ever walking through what he's doing. No one walks through his jab. No one walks through his right hand, his check left hook. No one walks through it. No one just pressures him, apart from Ryan, and we know what happened there with that situation. No one does it. But Devin on the night neutralised him. The reason why, CJ, you're saying that Brian Norman was underprepared is because he's not on the level of Devin Haney. He was always going to look like that. I believe outside of a puncher's chance, he didn't have a chance in this fight. Like I said, against Ramirez, he fought that way because it was Ramirez. That was a game plan for Ramirez. He's never fought consecutive fights the same way. Every fight, he brings out something new. He has a new game plan, which he's brilliant at sticking to game plans. He always has been. So next, he wants Rolly Romero next, which I think is a perfect fight. Unify with Rolly, whilst Ryan fights Barrios for the WBC belt. The winner of that fight them, and then go after Crocker, whoever's got that belt at the time, which will probably be Liam Parra, in my opinion. will probably have the belt at that time because I think Liam Parrow beats Paddy Donovan. And I think he also beats Crocker. So I think Devin Haney will become undisputed in this division at 147. And his toughest test will be at 154 against the likes of Boots and those guys up there. But
I can't see Devin beating Boots, mate.
But right now, there's no fighter at 147 that beats Devin. Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn can do something else because Conor Benn is asleep.
There's a comment here, Eric. I need to show you it.
So I seen it. That's a lie. Conor Benn has never won. Conor Benn has never won a Southern Area title. He's never won an English title, a British title, a Commonwealth title, a European title, a world title. Nothing. Devin Haney is what, 2-3 years younger than him, and this is his third world title. So Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn can pretend they were bored of that fight, but there's a clips of them when Devin drops Brian Norman. Both of them are like this. Oh, and I couldn't believe it. So anybody that's coming away thinking that fight's boring, and I said last week, people always call Devin boring for some reason. It's because they can't beat him. It's down to the opponent to get Devin Haney out of boxing. Ryan Garcia managed to do it. Whatever it was, Ryan Garcia managed to do it. Everybody thought that fight was exciting. So anybody that's saying, oh, I don't want to fight him because he's boring, is because you don't believe you'll be able to do what Ryan Garcia did. You're not confident in your talents to be able to beat a boxer. Eddie Hearn saying, "Oh, no one wants to fight him. There's no action." Well, your fighter needs to make it an action fight. He's the come forward fighter. That's the guy who needs to make it a fight like that.
Let's get some of these comments turned over, lads, just quickly. Big shout out to Peter Humphrey. He is going to come on this show. He's the timekeeper for the British Boxing Board of Control, the best timekeeper there is. He's also a mind coach, Shackner Hypnotherapy. Ding, ding. He is the main man. We would love to get you on, Pete. Enjoy your holiday. Thank you for tuning in, mate. That means a lot.
Thank you, Pete.
Can you put that Jack Gladman comment on? Yeah. Can I get an advert? If any boxers are looking to turn pro or change management to the best in the country, and we have a cool pink logo. Jack Gladman, fighter management, promotion, matchmaking. He's Olympic runner. He could probably make a banging full English breakfast as well. So he is the main man. Get in touch with this dude, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, Jack, we'll post it on our page anyway. We'll post your logo on our page on Facebook. What other comments we got?
I like this comment.
Which one?
Boots will turn him around.
Boots will turn him around. He will, Eric.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is the thing. I don't mind people thinking that. I generally don't mind people thinking that.
This one.
No, I don't mind people thinking that. All I'll say is Boots got offered the fight at 147 and he decided to move up to 154.
That's fine.
That's all I'm gonna say. He got offered the fight.
He's ready to go up in weight.
So that's fine. No, that's fine. No, I agree with you. I generally me clowning. What I'm saying is Devin wants to fight Boots eventually.
I think it's a good fight.
Just know that anybody can pick Boots. I can understand why people would pick Boots, but just know that fight will probably happen in the future. I think at 154, those two definitely fight.
I think if that fight happens, I'm going to tell you now, I'm just going to side with Eric, whichever way he chooses, because I couldn't bear. I couldn't fucking bear that show. I'm just going to go missing that show.
It's nightmarish.
Correct. We've still got 3 months to go.
Fucking nightmares.
When I write about my fighter, listen, I don't like when people get shit for no reason. People get shit for no reason. That kid gets shit for no reason. But anyway,
I feel so sorry for him and his fucking millions of pounds in the bank account. I feel so sorry for him.
Right.
I don't know.
Anthony Yarde, David Benavidez, main event of the Night of Champions. For me, in my opinion, was the worst fight. Now, I know you thought it was Bam Bam, but I thought this one was the worst fight. This one, for me, I saw the game plan straight away for Yarde, and you could see what he was wanting to do and what he was trying to do. Your first round, you thought, right, sound. Second round, you thought, okay. Third round, you think, well, fucking hell, do something, get going, we start throwing some shots, start thinking. He was too negative. For me, he just didn't do anything. I don't know what was up with him, but he didn't really test Benavidez how I thought he were going to test him. I was very disappointed with the performance. It's easier said than it's easy for me to say that in my kitchen. Do you know what I mean? But what we see from Yarde, Anthony Yarde, he's a powerful fucking puncher. He weren't really troubled too much in those early rounds. I just expected to see more from him. Probably his last hurrah on the world stage. Benavidez, though, I weren't that impressed by him, neither, if I'm honest. CJ, what did you think of the fight, the performances from both fighters? Were you happy about it? Was you impressed with it?
I like Yarde. I'm a fan of Yarde. I said last week, I wish I could do an Eric and say, I'm just going to play my clip from last week. No, I think he needs to. I think, Eric, you agreed with me on it. Yarde needed to move away from Tunde years ago, and that's respect to Tunde. What they've done as a team is fantastic, but he hasn't improved for years. He does the same thing every fight now. Yarde has all the tools, had all the tools, I don't know, to be a world champion. He's been in there and only lost to 3 that formidable. Do you know, there's no shame in what he's done, but Yarde should have been a world champion by now, in my opinion. The only chance he had for me, Benavidez can be a slow starter. If you look back, I actually think Benavidez did start fairly slow. Yarde didn't capitalise. He should have come out there, stuck it on him, let him feel the power, and he didn't. Benavidez can't start slow if he steps up a weight. I'm not necessarily picking out the Ramirez. Listen, the one we want to see is Opetay in it. It's got to be. It's got to be that if we're stepping up, that's the fight. I think you're right, Ricky. Didn't impress me that much. He's a great fighter. What he did to Anthony Yarde is fantastic. He battered him, didn't he? Will he be able? Will he be able to carry that up? I think he's just took my word there. I just read that comment. His reputation is better than his boxing ability for me, Benavidez. And that probably sounds ridiculous, like you just said in your kitchen, Ricky. I'm at top bedroom fucking saying Benavidez hasn't done that much. But I do believe he's going to get found out. Like you said, the names in this next division that he's stepping up to, we'll then see how good he is, in my opinion.
I just want to say, right, as well, before Eric chimes in here as well. I know there's a lot of rumours about the Benavidez and Canelo and ducking. I watched that fight. I don't care if he's flat-footed or not. I don't think Benavidez would have beat Canelo off of those performances. Anthony Yarde, to me, in that fight, looked like what Eubank Jr. looked like the other weekend for me. Just didn't really get going. What I did find a bit curious is the 18 punches really up close. The rabbit, I didn't get what Yarde would do. He was just taking the fucking shots. Was he expecting the referee to jump in? He seemed to be holding Benavidez's glove down, but we're taking the shots. He looked defeated straight away, and it just didn't look like he ever wanted to win that fight. Eric, come on then, mate. Let's have it.
Exactly how I thought it would go, to be quite honest with you. It was, I said last week. Yeah, throws. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. My son's decided now he wants to cry. Can you hear that in the background? Or is it just me?
No, I can hear it.
That's brilliant. No, but it went exactly how I thought it would. Yarde doesn't throw enough punches to be able to keep Benavidez off. Throwing one punch at a time and then pitter-pattering in the middle of the ring when it was frustrating because in the middle of the ring, Yarde had control of the fight but wasn't doing anything with it. Benavidez wasn't really punching. Yarde was just, I don't know what he was doing with his jab. He was just felt like playing handsies with Benavidez. 1 second.
I think, I'll just start Alex off there. Yarde doesn't deserve any more chances at the top, Ricky. Does that make sense? He would have to go back and do some one or two great bouts before he got another title shot. Would you agree with that?
No, I agree, mate. I think to the point now where Yarde's getting of age where I just don't see it happening for him again. But what obviously that's I don't want to say it because I like Yarde. You know what I mean? I always expected more from him. It's just disappointing. I just thought that it was very. I don't know what I expected. Obviously, we didn't get a great fight when he fought Lyndon Arthur, did we? Really, in the trilogy fight.
No.
So I don't know why I expected it to be anything different, but I just thought your last chance probably at a world stage fight. You're in Saudi in front of Turk El Sheikh and all his fucking crony. Make a statement, and I felt like at times they had the opportunity to really bang fucking Benavidez one, and he just didn't.
Like I said, when the fight was in the center of the ring, Yarde had control. He had the range. He was keeping Benavidez at range because Benavidez couldn't punch him, couldn't touch him. But Yarde wasn't doing anything. The pitter-patter jabs, what Benavidez just held his gloves there, and it was touching his gloves, did nothing. And then Yarde would eventually put himself against the ropes in the corner every single time. And that's when Benavidez did his work. Like Ricky said, I don't think it was a great performance from Benavidez, but what he did was when Yarde was against the ropes, he let his hands go and he just beat the hell out of Yarde. I don't understand the game plan. One shot at a time, like I said last week, that was never going to work against Benavidez. And there were no conviction in the shots. It was like he wanted to hit and then instantly get on his defense. But the shots, it didn't look like he wanted to touch Benavidez. When he did eventually land a shot, it looked like Benavidez was just like, well, what's this? And just round after round, his will was just broken. Benavidez beat him up and got him out of there. I would have liked Benavidez to stay at 175. Because I think Bivol beats him. I think Benavidez beats Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev's old now. I think Benavidez runs him over, to be quite honest with you. Bivol would beat Benavidez, but I'd rather see that fight than see the Zerdo fight.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in the future for these guys. But lads, we're knocking on with time. We've got two more cards to quickly touch on, so we'll have to quickly touch on it. Let's put CJ back on. Right, the first one I want to start on. Obviously, this is a good card. I think it's is it Channel 5 or BBC? I cannot quite remember. But it's got the likes of Jack Massey and Bradley Goldsmith on. But the main event I want to talk about the most is Fraser Clark versus TKV. It's for the British heavyweight title. Is this now, can we say, Clark's last opportunity to get off of the domestic scene? He stayed in the amateurs too long. He's getting of age. Is this his last chance to get away from the domestic scene and stop getting caught up in these lower level fights that he quite clearly, for me, should have had a better career with giving his amateur pedigree? And who wins this fight, do you think? Who have you got in your predictions, Eric?
Yeah, I think it's a must-win for Clark. I think it's a must-win for him to start. I know we're saying get away from British, but start looking towards the likes of, I'm not going to say Wardley, but Okoli and those guys, fringe world level guys. He needs to get out. He needs a win. He needs a good performance here as well against TKV. It's not an easy fight. TKV is very awkward to fight. I wasn't really impressed with his last performance. But I think Clark should win this one. Pedigree wise, Clark should win. TKV's up for it. If Clark doesn't win this one, I'm not sure where he goes. He might just be one of them stories that he was a good amateur and that took his days away from him. It took a lot of time away from him.
for me, very similar to, I don't know if a lot of people remember the name, but Thomas Stalker, the ex-England captain for the Olympic team. Just, he was a great amateur boxer, just probably stayed in the amateurs far too long than what he needed to, and didn't quite get his professional career going. But Siege, obviously, he had the bad beating off Wardley. He's a great fighter. He's been a great servant to the sport in the amateur levels as well. Fraser Clark, does he win this fight this weekend? Is it his last opportunity, as we're saying, to get off of this domestic scene and start pushing forward?
It's definitely a must-win fight. It's not going to be a great fight, in my opinion. I think both fighters can be spoilers. Like Eric's just said, excuse me, TKV's last performance, quite scrappy, quite messy. Clark's last performances haven't been fantastic. I mean, his fight with Dave Allen was absolutely appalling. I've always thought, this is no disrespect to Fraser, he was a captain of GB, was he, that team that went over?
Yeah.
Obviously got some great pedigree, but I've never been a massive fan of him. I don't think he's a fantastic.
See, the boxing gods got hold of you.
He's on
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Doing something. Your speaker's gone. Oh no!
You're on mute. Oh no! Fraser Clark's got hold of him.
He's fucking done him. He's acting.
Oh, Fraser's done him.
Moving on from that, then, Eric, until CJ joins us. The main card for us, I'd say, this weekend, you've got Ben Whittaker versus Benjamin Gavazzi for the light heavyweight silver WBC title. You've got Cameron Vuong against Gavin Gwynn. Aaron Bowen against Tom Colin for the Midlands area middleweight title. Ibrahim Suleiman against Nico Wagbeid for the Midlands area super feather. And then we've also got one of our favourites, or one of my favourites as well, is Zelfa Barrett. Barrett coming back against Liam Dillon. I think that's a fight Zelfa can take in an 8-rounder. It was nice to see him back in it, guys. Nice to see him back in the sport.
It's so frustrating with Zelfa because
wasted talent.
I was on like Zelfa when he turned pro. I remember watching his documentary. He did a little documentary. I think maybe just turned pro, just before he turned pro, something like that. Anyway, but I've always been a fan of Zelfa Barrett. I think he was really unlucky in the is it Kakachi? Not the Kakachi. Rakhimov. Sorry, the Rakhimov fight. I felt like he just ran out of steam. He was boxing Rakhimov's head off, and he just ran out of steam. Trying to be on your toes for 12 rounds isn't easy. As much as some world level boxers make it look easy, it's not easy at all. And but yeah, it's good to see Zelfa back. I am a big fan of his. Hopefully he can get to, I think, what's he at, 135 now? Has he moved up?
Lightweight, so
yeah,
I can never remember it all pound for pound, mate. Yeah,
lightweight, 135. Yeah, 135. World level will be hard to come by in that division at the moment, with the likes of Tank, Shakur, Mason, Andy Cruz, Mulataya. There's a lot of names there. But it's a rebuilding process for Zelfa at the moment. I think a lot has gone on in the last couple of years with him. So it's rebuilding for him. I'm looking forward to that. The card itself, really good card. Really good fights. It might not be name-studded card, but the fights are very good fights. I think Vaughan versus Gwynn is a second fight. Is that a 2?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's a rematch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Ben Whittaker making his debut. Expect something. I expect, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom to pull out all the stops for the ring walk. And you'll probably see Ben Whittaker show out on his debut. CJ?
Was with Zelfa? Was it just Zelfa then? Just cut back in and cut back out. Yeah, I'm excited for the fight, mate. Zelfa's a fantastic fighter. I've enjoyed all of his career, his highs and his lows. And the thing with Zelfa is, even if he's having a bad night, he has that power to equalise it. Yeah. Was that Eric? Was that Donovan?
Yeah,
Was it?
Donovan. Yeah, that was in COVID. That was in COVID. That
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah,
What a
Donovan. He
fight
was
that was.
losing. He was losing so bad. It was such a bad performance from Zelfa as well that
Terrible.
night. Horrible
Terrible.
performance. But managed to catch him. I was buzzing. I was off my seat, jumping about when that shot landed.
Yeah, that's and that's the thing, that's what you get with, as saying I like him anyway, but that's what you have in the tank with Zelfa, that no matter what is going on, he could be completely outclassed in there, like we've seen, and he has the power to equalise it, and he also has the corner to support him as well. I mean, Uncle Pat. I'd love to meet him.
He's gone.
Oh, is
He's
he
gone to Joe Gallagher now. He's gone to Joe Gallagher now.
I
He's left
didn't.
Pat. Yeah, he's left Pat and gone to Joe Gallagher. I think his last fight was with Joe. So I'm sure he's with Joe Gallagher now. I'm positive he is.
I didn't know that actually. But maybe
Yeah.
that maybe we'll see something new from him then. But it should be a good fight. Should be a good fight. Zelfa always is in good fights. I'd like to see how he gets on at the weight. I think it was time anyway. So yeah, exciting. Very exciting stuff.
Moving on then, boys. Obviously, like I've said, we've got Ibrahim Suleiman, who was very impressive and has been impressive as he's going through his journey. Aaron Bowen, Cameron Brown. But the main event, the main talking point is Ben Whittaker's first showcase bout for Matchroom under Eddie Hearn against Benjamin Gavazzi, who was also 19-1. What do we make of this fight, boys? Where do you see this one going?
Who did that Gavazzi lose to? I'm trying to think.
I can tell you now. Wait there. He lost two. He lost his first fight, believe it or not, against Rostam Ibrahim, who was already 2-0.
I don't think
This is a showcase bout, boys. This is just to show off Ben Whittaker with somebody that's got a good record.
This is a showcase fight. Like I said, the ring walk will be spectacular. I think Ben Whittaker will do his thing. I don't think this fight goes distance. I think Ben Whittaker probably boxes for the first 2-3 rounds, see what this guy's got, and then he's going to start to turn up the levels, and probably by the halfway point, this fight will be over.
Yeah, I'm in agreement here. I think this is just the showcasing bout to show Whittaker off, really put his name out there, promote him. Eddie Hearn's the best at that, especially when it comes to overhyping fighters as well. I expect him to, like you said, not to finish it too early because you've got to get your name, you've got to get the rounds. But when you start getting to that halfway point, really up the tempo, really put it on the gas and see what he can do and see if he can force a stoppage. Now, we have been upset before with Whittaker, obviously with the first Liam Cameron fight. So the exciting thing is you do know that things can happen and it can be turned upside down on its head. So it's going to make I don't really know too much about Gavazzi, but it's going to be quite an entertaining spectacle. I'm looking forward to the fight. I'm just glad it's not fucking pay-per-view. But Siege, what are your predictions on it?
Yeah, we get this a lot, lads, that when they bring fighters over, on paper they've got a fantastic record, padded some call it. I mean, he's got a load of knockouts in there. Then you flick through the names and you don't have a fucking clue who any one of them are. So you never know what quite you're getting. There is a couple of names that I've recognised, but yeah, we've got to see. They're wanting to rebrand, not rebrand Whittaker, that's the wrong word, but they're needing him to get out there. They needed him to perform. They needed him to get back to his flashy ways. Because the Cameron draw has left a bad taste in people's mouth, hasn't it? That first fight. That's changed people's. You what, Eric? Sorry.
Matchroom have capitalised because as much as that draw has sort of people say, questions about Whittaker. That's probably exactly why Matchroom signed him, because they probably know he's better than that, and now people will be watching Whittaker to see if he loses, to see bad performances. There will be a lot of people who don't like Whittaker who will be now like, you know what? Let me watch this. Let me see if he loses. He'll probably lose it. A lot of people. So sometimes you need both. You need fan base, and you need a fan base, and you need people who will watch you to see you get beat. And I think Whittaker will have quite a few of them just because of his personality, how he is. There's a lot of people who especially the Cameron situation as well, is turned off by him. So they'll tune in. Eddie Hearn's smart. He's smart.
Yeah.
He's turned into. Sorry, mate.
Go on, mate. No, go on.
I was going to say, I think Whittaker's skill level's different. I'm not comparing the fighters in talent-wise. Whittaker's, for me, a bit of a O'Hara Davis. People are now tuning in to see him either get twatted or to see if he backs up his bullshit. So, yeah, you're right there. He's just another moneymaker for Matchroom.
Yeah, one of those where I feel like if he'd have started his journey with Matchroom, he probably would have been a lot bigger than what he is now currently. And I feel like that's 100%. Why he's made the switch 100%. Because Boxer, although I like what they were doing, they've got to really up the game when it comes to promoting the fighters, because other than like the Eubank and Callum Simpson, you're not really, you've got Caroline Dubois that's been sat doing nothing for quite a while. I think she might have left by now as well, but they've got a stable of fighters that you're not really seeing anything from. So yeah, Boxer's got some serious catching up to do with Matchroom and Queensbury.
Yeah. Anything else, boys? Or is that it? Are we done for tonight?
That's it for me. I want to say 15. Tune in on the Boxing League every week. It's fixed, so don't worry about the results, but have a go anyway and enjoy it. And I've set the outro as well, boys, to something a little bit different. I've got the highlights that my sister made for Leo's fight. I've set that as the outro, so stay tuned for the outro, and you'll see the little snippets of our Leo's third skills bout as well.
Yeah, and that's it from me. What I will say is, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
I'll sneak this last comment in. Jack Gladman's put the other examples of Whittaker is David Hay. David Hay was a world champion, mate, and cleaned up house. So I'm going to dust off that comment.
Nikolai Valuev.
Oh,
yeah.
Before we go off, let's get to a few of these comments to start from the bottom. We've got a lot of comments. Not used to this. Jesus, the 1 week we're not on the comments, everyone's decided to comment.
Well, let's get to these comments. Shut up.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Well, we'll start from the latest one, and we'll go back up.
He bullies me.
He bullies me. Ricky, I think that's aimed at you. Yeah, we can't do it that way. Jesus Christ, Ricky, sort these comments out.
We were at most sent CJ spoke all night. I'm not sure that we're referring to. Whittaker's going to make a big statement. First fight under Matchroom. Ricky put Leo's video in. Stay tuned for the outro, Mum. You'll see it on there. Noakes versus Zelfa Barrett. I think that's a demolition job for Noakes, if I'm honest. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't like Zelfa and pressure. I need to see Zelfa in there with somebody else first, because that Rakhimov pressure really got to him. And Sam Noakes is a similar fighter who has a similar fighter to Rakhimov. Very action packed on the front foot. If you want to box all night, you're not going to be able to. You're going to have to be moving, and Zelfa's shown a lack of a gas tank, to say, later rounds where his legs just hasn't got it. So I need to see Zelfa in there with somebody else first.
Love that video. First and best one I've made. Yeah, thank you for the highlight video of our Leo Libs. Got serious doubts about Whittaker. Wasn't able to put a dent in area level opponents, CJ. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we've all got doubts on Whittaker. I mean, he struggled when he shouldn't have struggled. That's not taking anything away from Liam Cameron or other opponents that have been in there prior to that. But Whittaker needs to answer some questions. And I don't think this dude is going to be the one to ask the questions. Does that make sense? Can
I touch on that fight, actually? Because that fight, for me, is one of the most beautiful fucking boxing stories going on. Is Liam Cameron versus Ben Whittaker almost like the first Rocky film? Is it not like the first Rocky film? Do you not think? To a degree.
Liam Cameron's story is a fantastic story.
It's incredible
for boxing. And he's in people's hearts for not just boxing reasons. You know what I mean? He's the homeboy, he's the boy next door. He's had his troubles, he's had mental health issues, addictions, deaths, and that's a reason people love him as well. Not just, you know, he has got fantastic boxing ability. It pitted the good guy against the flashy bad guy, and Whittaker playing that role.
Apollo Creed.
Tried to jump into Chris Eubank's shoes in the guy of, I love playing the villain, you know, and then from then on, that's how it stuck.
Yeah. Go on, Siege.
Also, the fact that MR are willing to give him 12 to 18 months development, even though he's 29 and an Olympian. They're backing him out and they're putting some time and money into him. The other example is David. Yeah. That suggests to me that they don't believe in him. We've had that one. I think we've caught up.
Yeah.
I think we've caught up. Yeah.
And last one. The last one is Dan. Great show, lads. Happy birthday to Eric's lad. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Get to bed.
Yeah, he needs to get to bed. He's been mad on monster trucks all day. Lads, we'll catch up next week.
Leo's
and
is the one in white.
Yes.
Cool.
Leo Hand will be showing off his talents at the end of the show.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, whether it's tonight or you're going to tune in afterwards and watch the show on YouTube later on. Thank you. All the comments we've had tonight, this is the reason we started doing this podcast. We wouldn't be where we was without you guys. Thank you to Trey, IBH, Jack Gladman. Thank you for always supporting us, mate, and we'll post all of your stuff out there. Thank you, guys. It's been a good show.
Yep. And see y'all next week. Peace.
He said one day